Hi, my name is Joseph, and this is my story. I was actually in the backyard of a house that I lived in Pennsylvania at about 2 to 3 a.m. I was in the backyard. I was having a really rough night, and I just was looking to the sky because I was just talking, to my higher power, just how I do, because I'm spiritual. Um, and all of a sudden, I see this red light come across the sky and stop on a dime right above me. It wasn't blinking, it was just a red light. And it kind of looked like a fireball, and I didn't really understand what was happening. I think I even said out loud, "What the fuck is that?" And then all of a sudden, this flash so bright that it seemed like an explosion. Like I was living near Philadelphia. Actually, I thought that Philly got nuked. It was so bright. and I hit the deck. I was scared. Um, all of a sudden, as the flash faded and things went to black, I had my eyes closed. I opened them, and I was not on grass anymore. And there was a black wall in front of me. After that, I looked to my right, and I saw what appeared to be three child sized beings with very large heads, with protrusions coming out of their heads like bones, like extra bones, kind of similar to a reptile's, with huge eyes, huge almond eyes, uh, with very big pupils, as well as uh, very slender bodies, as though they were missing organs that we have. I know that sounds crazy, but I will continue my story anyway. People don't have to believe me, that's fine. I then stood up. I freaked out a little bit. They began to. Sorry, that was my phone going off. They began to try to communicate with me. Now, what this felt like was radiation almost in my head. And when they communicated with me, it wasn't with words like with their mouths. It was like with their minds, like connecting to my mind, almost like they were peering through the back of the universe and like talking to me. Um, at this point, I thought I was going completely insane. I was freaking out. I was asking them questions like, "What am I doing? What should I do?" Things like that. Is this real? Did I die? Things like that. And they assured me everything was okay and that I just needed to work on healing myself as a person. And then all of a sudden, I remember standing back in my backyard. Now, the crazy thing is, when I was standing in the backyard, I initially didn't remember why I was there and I had lost time. Sorry, it's very cold where I am right now. Um, I had lost time and I realized that I was standing about 100 yards away from where I was originally standing, or sorry, 100 feet away from where I was originally standing. Sorry, it kind of freaks me out a little bit recounting this. So, after that, my roommate came out of the house. Mind you, this was, like I said, between 2 and 3 a.m. My roommate comes out of the house yelling at me, "What the hell is that light? Did you bring a car back here? Was that a helicopter?" Get inside. Neighbors started coming out of their houses and looking up. My other roommates said they saw the flash from their rooms. And somebody straight up asked me if I got abducted by a UFO in the next couple days. I have spent years processing it. I replay it regularly in my mind to this day, and this happened in 2015. And I just wanted to talk about it because it's just one of those things that you just can't keep inside. You got to talk about. no matter if you seem crazy or not. But, see you later. And I forgot to add some juicy information. They mentioned that the only reason that they're not talking to us more regularly and openly is because we're under a form of quarantine when it comes to that kind of alien contact right now. I know that also sounds completely fucking insane, but like I said, I don't care. It's the information I got. Some people told me, "Oh, you must have been dreaming. Oh, it wasn't real. You hallucinated it." Blah blah blah. Dude, there was like 5 other witnesses, and my logical mind can't sit there and say that it didn't happen because of that. And like for weeks and months, I talked to these people about it afterward. So, whew, okay. So, another thing they mentioned, because I did actually ask them if they could take me with them. They said no. And for 2 reasons that may surprise you or may not. The first reason was bacteria in and on our bodies could potentially end life on one of their planets. Another thing, I would starve to death, I was told, because life on their planets has evolved to the point where they do not need food. So there is no food. There's nothing edible on their planet for humans. And they actually don't even have digestive systems. That's why they're so skinny. And they just absorb energy from the universe, kind of like photosynthesis. Um, I know this is going over a lot of people's heads. A lot of people have already tuned out and have wrote me off as completely nuts, and that's fine. But if anybody has any questions about this experience, let me know in the comments. And yeah, check out my profile to see if I update any more about this that I feel like sharing. So, peace out, guys. Have a great day.